Good morning, everyone. All right, so we got a few decent movers today as well. Yesterday was an absolutely crazy day in the market, and so we'll see what happens today. First one I'm watching is SBOT. You can see this one's gapping up from 165 to 240, and so about an 85-cent gap up with this one. The next one I'm looking at is CASI. Cassie, this one's gapping up a decent amount as well from 570 up to 773. Watching HRTX gapping up from 3070 all the way to 3940, so a big gap up. Also watching CLPS, it's actually gapping down some from 1680 down to 1545. Keeping an eye on BNED, gapping up from 676 to 720. Watching Ford, technically gapping down some, but it had a crazy day yesterday, so closed at 220, sitting at 209 now. NEPT, we'll see if they add this one to TradeNet, gapping down some from 445 to 424. Kroger is pushing up some with decent volume from 2618 to 2876. Watching CLBS, sitting right around the half dollar of 850, closed at 864, so gapping down about 14 cents. Looking at, I think that might be everything so far. I think I'm missing one or two. Let me see. See if I can find anything else that's moving really quick. Maybe CLPS as well. Let's see where CLPS is. Yeah, I think I brought that one up. Taking a look at CRON. It's gapping up a small amount. Let's look at the 5-minute chart for this one. It's gapping up. We'll see if we can get over the 740 resistance on CRON. ASCMA. Y10, YTEN. Making a little push here. We'll see what this one can do. Yeah, YTN doesn't look too bad. So let's see how many of these are tradable. That's the biggest thing today, is if some of these are tradable. Right, so HRTX is tradable. CASI is tradable. SBOT is tradable. CLBS is tradable. Kroger is tradable. Ford is not tradable, unfortunately. BNED is not tradable. NEPT is tradable, so they added NEPT as well. Y10 is tradable, so most stocks on my watch list are tradable today. CLBS is tradable, so yeah, a lot of these are tradable today. So we got a lot of decent opportunity here to get some good setups, hopefully, from the open. But yeah, a large majority of my watch list is tradable. I think 8 out of 10 of my stocks on my watch list are all tradable this morning. I'll go ahead and post my watch list as well. Here's my watch list for the morning thus far. Good morning, Missouri. Kelby, welcome. Yeah, no worries if you don't know anything about stocks. Just take it slow, man. Just take it slow. Skynet, good morning. John, good morning. 7. All right, for sure, 7. I'm down to learn about it. What's up, TJ? FBIO. Y10 is another one I'm watching. Let me make sure I add this one just so it's somewhere in the chat if I have to go back and see it. But yeah, let me know if you guys see anything else. Today's a pretty good morning as well. We got SBOT, CASI, HRTX, YTEN, Kroger, KR. NEPT that I can finally trade, CLBS that I can finally trade. And so they're trying to do a good job of actually adding, a lot of these stocks. A lot of these stocks were not tradable on TradeNet in the last few days, and so they recently added NEPT. They recently added CLBS, and I think they added YTEN as well, although I'm not 100% sure with that one. And so, yeah, we've got some options today. Let me see. Yeah, so BNED and FORD are the only two that are not tradable on TradeNet this morning. No worries, Diego. I use a broker called TradeNet. It's in the left side of my screen. It's kind of like a prop firm. There's a profit split of 70-30, but they supply me with a $14,000 account, and there's a $700 max loss. And so if I bring my account under 13,300, they close my account down. But it's CFD trading. I appreciate the sub. Karen, appreciate it. Yeah, so 7 uses Robinhood. I use TradeNet. I use Robinhood too. Haven't been using it much lately. I've been kind of focusing on TradeNet, building my account up with them. All right, so let's see if they actually added GEVO. We'll see how well they've been adding stocks. So they did. So they added GEVO as well. So see, they added all these big movers. So I can trade GEVO as well. Let's see what GEVO is doing. So GEVO has been steady, kind of washing after that parabolic move it made. All the way up to 24.74. We'll see what this one does. I'm a little scared of this one. Just because it makes such big moves. I don't want to get trapped going long. And this one are going short even, because it could go either way. But they did add GEVO. Oh man, you know what I just thought about, guys? Seriously, you know what I just thought about? On Ustock Trade, even though I don't have anything in my account, I do on Ustock Trade, even though I don't have anything in my account, I still have 1 share of GEVO. And like I could sell it here for a big profit because I bought it when it was like 50 cents. And I should have sold it way up here and made a $24 gain with only 1 share. Man, I just now thought of that. I actually am holding 1 share of GEVO. What do you guys think? But man, I should have sold that 1 share of GEVO I had. What do you guys think? Do you think I should hold? I know, but here's the thing. The reason I bought 1 share of GEVO is when I first started using Ustock Trade, I had never used the platform before, and since commissions are only $1, I just bought 1 share of GEVO just so I could learn the platform. I wasn't actually trying to trade it. I just bought 1 share so I could learn how to buy on that platform. And I didn't feel like selling it because at the time it was a 50-cent stock, and so I would actually lose money if I sold GEVO, and so I just ended up holding it. And so now that the stock went from 50 cents to $24, I'm thinking, should I hold it to see if it'll spike back up to 24 so I can get out for more gain, or should I just take my 500%, or what is it? That would be 2,000% profit on GEVO. Who knows? Let's see. I mean, just let me know what you guys think. It's an interesting kind of position that I'm in with that one because it's like I could have gotten 24.74, but at the same time, I'm up 2,000% from my 50 cent, entry, and so I can, I'm not gonna pretend I did it on purpose, but I mean, a 2,000% gain is a 2,000% gain, I guess. So I might as well sell it. I'm guessing, even though I missed out on what is this, a 5,000% gain. I might as well take my little 2,000% gain while I can, huh? I think I forgot my password. I gotta update the Ustock app. Let me just open it up on my computer. That'll be easier. But yeah, I'm up like 2,000% at this point. Good morning, Tiny. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. SBOT's a split. I didn't even look it up. In a second, I'll look up the news. Sorry if I'm lagging a little bit behind. I just realized I still own one share of GEVO. What? I don't know. Alright, so let's look up the news on these specific stocks here. Yeah, maybe so. 7. I can't log in on my computer on Ustock Trade. I gotta reset my password, I guess. Hopefully nobody hacked my account and stole my one share, That would be devastating. Anyways, let's look up the news on some of these stocks. The first one I'm looking at is SBOT. A really big mover today. All right, so SBOT is up 47.3% because they announced positive results from their study of immunotherapy products. And so they had positive results on their study, and because of that, they are up. So yeah, it was a positive KLH research study for SBOT. And so we'll see which way this one goes. Moving on to the one right underneath it in the bottom right, CASI. I've traded this one before. You can see I've got a lot of support and resistance lines on that chart. It sounds like CASI is a partnership. So CASI, which is a biopharmaceutical company, entered into a partnership and contract manufacturing agreement with Yiling Wanzhou International Pharmaceuticals for the two drugs entecavir and cilostazol. So it entered into a strategic partnership, and that is why CASI is up. And so that's good news for both of those two stocks, SBOT and CASI. We'll see where these go at the open. HRTX. So HRTX is up pretty big from 30.70 to 39. All right, so apparently HRTX announced positive top-line results from its phase 2B study of its drug HTX-011. The drug works on total knee arthroplasty and breast augmentation. And so positive results in the 2B study for HRTX. And so a lot of positive results are coming out for some of these bio drugs, which is why a lot of them are moving. The next one I'm looking at is YTEN. We'll go over GEVO later. But the next one I'm looking at is YTEN. This one originally gapped up to 190, fell all the way back down to 161. So let's see why this one's acting like that as well. Alright, so YTEN researchers published their research in plant cell reports. It basically described the development of camelina platform as a model crop, which is for novel yield trait discovery. So the company basically develops new tech for improvements in crop yield, basically to enhance global food security. And they published research describing the development of its camelina platform for model crop for novel yield trait discovery. So interesting. Somebody must have seen something they didn't like, unless everybody started taking profits, because it dropped from 190 down to 161. And so we'll see where this one goes as well. Maybe looking to short it under 150 if it does drop that lower. If it bounces, maybe short it on a bounce. We'll see for YTEN. Moving on to Kroger, KR. Kroger's gapping up. It's actually a big percentage move for Kroger. It's a high float stock, and so it's gonna take a lot more to make this one move. And so a gap up from 26.18 to 28.50 is a pretty big gap up, over $2. And so let's see what we can find on this one. All right, so basically Kroger had good quarter one results that beat the projections on EPS and revenue. And it also raised the low end of full year EPS guidance. And so good quarter one results for Kroger. We'll see what this one does at the open. Moving on to, what else? FORD. You can see FORD had a crazy day yesterday. I know it was halted at least once. It looks like it was probably halted more than that. But let's look up to see why Ford acted like that yesterday. Unfortunately, this is one of the few stocks that I can't trade this morning. I can almost trade everything on my watch list, but one of the ones I can't trade is FORD. All right, so FORD reported Intelligent Product Solutions subsidiary, which is to partner with ZX Ventures. The whole partnership is to develop internet-connected beer vending machine dispensing opened cans. Interesting. Yeah, so that's an interesting report. So yeah, I'll say it again. They're partnering with ZX Venture and AB and BEV to develop internet-connected beer vending machine dispensing opening cans. And so that's a good product right there. I believe in that product, you know. So we'll see what FORD can do. Moving on to, what else? BNED. BNED gapping up from 676 to 740. Had a really nice volume spike and push right before the close. So it's gapping up a decent amount as well. So BNED is Barnes & Noble. I didn't know this stock was that cheap. So I think it's good earnings. Yeah, so the shares are up 7.8 in after hours yesterday. After the quarter four results in sales beat and upbeat FY19 sales guidance. So they beat the sales guidance for Barnes & Noble. They went up a single digit in percentage in comps for the period as well. And so good quarter four results for BNED. Let's look up. I think that may be it, guys. I'm looking at GEVO. Some stocks that were moving yesterday I'm watching is GEVO. I guess we can look this one up. All right, so GEVO actually had something that came out this morning at 7:28. about it signing a long-term supply deal with Avfuel. Yeah, it said today that it signed a long-term agreement, which is ultimately to supply its renewable alcohol to jet fuel to Avfuel. Avfuel is can't talk right now, a supplier of aviation fuels, system, and services, and the deal is effective July 1st. And so I'm surprised this one's not moving up more than that. Also looking at CLBS. CLBS looks interesting under 8. We'll see if it can hold over the 775 level. That's a specific point I'm watching. But not really any news to speak of on CLBS right now, at least. Alright, so I think that's basically it for right now on the news. Let me know if you guys see anything else. Good morning, NYC, FBIO. I need some more volume. I mean, I'd really like to see some more volume with FBIO. Oh, yeah, I 100% agree on that. Coolio said, never take anything someone gives you in this market without doing your own research. 100%. You can't listen to other traders. A lot of times I'll have traders telling me telling me what setups to get into, what trades to get into, and I try not to listen to them because I have to find my own setups. And regardless, I've been burnt a lot. Like a lot of times, like when I was just starting, a trader would say, jump into this position, it's going to go up, and I would jump into it, and then it would immediately drop back down, and it would be a losing trade. And so, yeah, you got to make your own, you got to find your own patterns and setups. It's important. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, James. What's up, brother? Yeah, you got to be careful, guys. You got to be careful with a lot of those gurus, man. They'll be posting, it's all clickbait. As a YouTube creator, I understand the clickbait, and so I can't get mad at them too much. But I try not to do that. Usually I try to just put what my video is about in the title, Good morning, Adi. Randy, what's up, brother? Good morning, Lubacy. Robert, what's up, brother? Chris. Karen. Sean. The best. Diego, what's up, guys? TJ. 7. Missouri. Baron, good morning, dude. SNES. AOBC. Good morning, radio. Let me see. I somewhat saw SNES when I opened up my screen this morning. It's gapping down some. Let's look at the 1 minute chart. Yeah, it's sitting at 203 now, closed at 211. We'll see where this one goes, see if it holds over 2. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of swingy right now. We'll see. AOBC is another one somebody said. Yeah, AOBC washing out, gapping down from 1323 to 1214. I'll probably watch this one. YTEN back up to 171, so it's gapping up about 22 cents. But yeah, we've got some options today as well. I'm going to clear out some of these lines on this chart. I just got too many of them. I can add my own. All right, so yeah, we got 15 minutes until the open. Oh yeah, I'm for sure watching SBOT. Anik. Good morning, Frank, Dozy, D Champion. What's up, guys? All right, so yeah, we'll see how I do today. This week, I'm up a small amount this week after my green trade yesterday. And so we'll see. We got a lot of. This week's actually a pretty good week in the market. We've got a lot of decent movers. Appreciate the sub, Miami. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. But yeah, I could actually trade a lot this morning. Good morning, Mitch. But yeah, I could trade a large majority of these stocks. All four of these I can trade. The only two I can't trade on my watch list are Ford, FORD, and BNED. I can trade the rest. TradeNet actually did a pretty good job of adding some of these big movers. If you heard me in it was either yesterday or the day before, I said that they're probably going to end up adding a lot of these, and they added GEVO, CLBS, NEPT. What was the other one? NAKD was a big mover yesterday. Yeah, they added NAKD as well. Let's look at NAKD. I forgot about that one. And so they did a pretty good job of adding some of these parabolic movers in the last few days. I wish they would have added them yesterday, but, I can't really complain too much for them adding them. So, yeah, watching NAKD around 8 here. See if it can hold support there. If it washes underneath that and, maybe look for a short. Such a huge range for that stock, though. It's such a big parabolic move. Good morning, D. Evan. What's up? What's up, brother? Where you been, man? CLPS. All right, so NAKD. So they did add NAKD. It's at 798 now. We'll see where this one goes. All right, so East Texas, huh, D. Evan? Yeah, I'm in East Texas, brother. I'm in Southeast Texas, but yeah, I'm in East Texas as well, man. All right, so yeah, we got a few decent options today. Market opens up in about 10 minutes. Let's see what we can find here. See if anything else I can catch it moving. NAKD is one of my biggest watches as well. INTC is moving a lot. You can see Intel is moving a lot in pre-market. Let's see if the other tech stocks are moving, like AMD. Yeah, AMD moving up some in pre-market as well. What's another one? Microsoft. Not really moving too much. Facebook moving up some. Let's see what the SPY's doing today. SPY's basically break even. It's gapping down about 8 cents, but basically break even for the SPY today. Let's see what else. DRI. If you like more expensive stocks, you can also see DRI. It's gapping up from 93.27 to 105. It's a little bit too expensive for my taste, but if you like these big expensive ones, that might be one to keep an eye on. Yeah, CLPS, I'm kind of thinking about shorting this one as well. We'll see how it acts at the open. It's got such a big range. I just got to be careful with it. MU, gapping up some as well, which is Micron, another tech stock. Very similar to INTC, Intel. But yeah, a lot of options today, guys, just like yesterday. So this week's been pretty good for summer trading. Usually June trading is pretty slow. They say the worst month for trading is September, I believe. And so we'll see how it goes then, but not too bad thus far this week. Still kind of looking, see if I can find anything else that may have popped up on my scanners. I doubt I can trade this one, but ASCMA. It's popping up on my scanners here. Yeah, gapping up some. Usually, it's very rare that I can trade the 5-digit tickers. So a lot of times these 5-digit stocks I can't trade. Yeah, I can't trade it. I don't know why that is. It's very rare for stocks to have 5 digits in their name. And so I think they just have less volume ultimately. MESO gapping from 550 to 645. Volume's really low. Definitely want to see some more volume. LOMA gapping up from 12 to 1350. Actually a pretty big percentage move for this one. Again, like the last one, the volume's actually pretty low on LOMA. WKHS gapping up, low volume. BFR gapping up with low volume as well. GoPro. GoPro had a big move yesterday. It's a big percentage move relative to what it usually does. NIHD had a big day yesterday as well, from 329 to 375, sitting at 365 now. Let's see about gap downs. NVIV, you can see, is gapping down from 337 to 195, so a big gap down. I don't know if it's going to get lower. FCEL gapping down some as well from 166 to 151. ADOM gapping down from 134 to 122. KeyW gapping up some. AT&M. If you like these cheaper stocks, AT&M looks okay. It's a much cheaper stock. It's at 72 cents right now. But yesterday, its lows of the day were at 57 cents. You can see SBOT breaking over that previous resistance at 360. It's up to 362 now, breaking the pre-market highs. Riding the VWAP for the most part most of that way. I believe they added it since. So yeah, they added NAKD, so I can short this one now. They added most of these big movers. Like they added NAKD, so I can trade and short that one. Same thing with GEVO. Same thing with GLBS. Same thing with NEPT. So they added all of these stocks, so I can short all of these now. RESN. No, I can't trade it, unfortunately. Yeah, RESN's gapping up some. Volume's so low, though. Most of the time, these don't move too much when they gap up like that. Good morning, Wahib. I have the intro account. DNR. Yeah, DNR had a big day yesterday. It's gapping down some from 456 to 441 now, breaking underneath the VWAP area. So we'll see what DNR can do here. I don't sound like a typical American. I mean, I've got my own way of speaking, I try to speak a little bit clearly on the stream. Trust me, though, I use some slang, though, when I'm not on the stream. Like, I probably use gonna instead of going to. I use gonna. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna trade this stock. So I use some type of slang. Sammy. Yeah, no worries since. IZEA John. Yeah, I looked at ASCMA. It's not tradable. IZMA, the volume, I just want to see a little bit better. Usually, I mean, you see gappers like this all the time where they gap up a big amount, but the volume's just not there, and so it's tough to trade and have a good setup with low volume. I mean, I'm not saying it won't move, but from what I always see, they usually don't. My commission on TradeNet, Sammy, is 0.006 cents per share. And so it comes out, but there's a 150 per trade minimum, and so it has to be at least 150 in commissions per trade or $3 for a round trip. And so usually I use anywhere between 100 and 200 shares, and so my round trip commission is $3 per round trip. And so in and out of a trade is only $3. If you use 300 shares, it's still pretty cheap. I think it's like $1.80 per trade, and so $3.40 for a round trip, and so forth and so on. 1,000 shares is like, I think it's like $12 for a full round trip, and so it's still pretty cheap. Arian's World, if TradeNet is TradeNet worth it? It all depends on you. It's all subjective, man. So some people say it's worth it. I think it's worth it, but that's just me as a trader. The biggest problem with TradeNet is a lot of the time penny stocks aren't tradable. So like while they added a lot of these stocks in the last, previously this week, for instance, GEVO wasn't tradable, CLBS wasn't tradable, NEPT wasn't tradable, NAKD wasn't tradable yesterday, and they recently added them because the volume. I think what somebody told me is that it has to have at least 500,000 shares traded in volume in the last 3 months. And so if it does that, they'll add it. But a lot of times, these big movers will come out of nowhere. And so that's the biggest flaw with TradeNet is that sometimes, especially with cheaper stocks that have lower volume, sometimes they're not tradable. Usually it's a little bit more than a little bit less than half of my watch list is not tradable. And so it all depends. It's all subjective. Aside from that, I love their platform. It's CFD trading, so you do want to understand that. But their fills are great. Because it's contract for difference trading, I'm usually filled immediately. There's usually not any lag time. As soon as I click buy or sell, I'm usually filled pretty quickly. And so that's the best aspect of it. Their platform's great as well. So it all just depends. I have a review on TradeNet if you want to check out the review. It's called an honest review of TradeNet. I try to go over the pros and cons to using them. But yeah, man, it's all subjective. Some people will think it's worth it. Some people will think it's not. My personal opinion is I think it is worth it. I think it's a good platform for traders to learn on specifically. But if you like trading really cheap penny stocks, you might want to find a different broker, in all honesty. I just try to be as transparent as possible about it, I start streaming Miami Trade at market time. It's 8:45. My time it's 7:45 because I'm in the central time zone. But market time it's 8:45. All right, guys. So market opens up in less than a minute. Got a bunch of different stocks I'm watching today. Yeah, I'm definitely watching CLBS pop. Definitely watching that one. Looks like a decent move there. I could go long or short on that one. I'm just going to wait and try to react to what I see it do at the open. Kroger's starting to tank some in pre-market here. It's down to 28.10. So this one looks interesting. We'll see if it holds that support right here at about 28. I think that's the big important level with Kroger, KR. But yeah, guys, market opens up in 10 seconds, so good luck all. Hopefully you all do well. All right, so here's the open, guys. There's the bell. All right, so SBOT making a quick spike here at the open. It's up to 264, 268. Let's see. HRTX spiking some as well. It's up to $40. CASI washing out some. It's down to 733. We'll see what some of these do. CLPS washing some. CLBS washing some as well. NEPT dropping down to 4, testing 4. BNED All right, big spike in SBOT. It's up to 272. I appreciate the sub, Eric. Welcome. Appreciate it. I appreciate the sub, Muhammad. Appreciate it, man. Or Mahmood. Sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing people's names, so sorry if I didn't get it right. But welcome, man. Kroger making a spike here. Up to 29.26. Big spike in Kroger. Really big move here. Just spiked up from 28, so it's up $1.23 already. Alright, so usually I like to wait for the first few minutes to pass at the open. I usually don't try to jump in. It's a little bit too crazy. I like to let the stocks I'm watching calm down a little bit before jumping in. And yeah, I might miss some entries that way, but ultimately it's just what works best for me as a trader. AIKO. AIKO is OTC, and so unfortunately I can't trade this one. Volume looks a little low on it as well. NEPT breaking under the whole $1.04. Alright, so there goes SBOT up to 285 now. HRTX maybe trying to break the lows of the day here. CASI spiking some. GEVO still steady washing. Watching CASI here, I'm definitely more short biased than this one, just because the gap up is huge. Watching CASI here, it's pushing up. It's well below the VWAP, and so preferably I'd like to see the VWAP a little bit closer to it so it can act as resistance. Since it's not above, since it's well below the VWAP, I'm a little worried it's going to push up and test it at least. SBOT still moving up to 293 now. A lot of action with that one. Watching NEPT here as well. This is kind of that VWAP move I was talking about. It's up to 410. On NEPT, worried about a washout long here. It's pushing up pretty strong. CASI short would have been the one to take. Watching CASI pretty closely here. See if the $7 area can turn into resistance is what I'm ultimately looking for with this one. There goes CASI still washing. That was the entry to get into. Maybe looking for a bounce on HRTX here. Kind of trying to keep back my FOMO on CASI. This was the entry right here, the bounce of 7. Would have been up about 20 cents on that one. Stop at 730, outsiders. I like that entry, brother. Nice trade so far for you, man. See if we can get a bounce here on CASI. Maybe think about getting in a bounce up to around the $7 point again. Any PT, I was looking at it, but it's just moving slow at this point. All right, there's the washout long on YTEN. It's up to 172 now. All right, there's the spike on CASI. Spread's getting a little worse for this one. There's a reversal possibly on CASI. Glad I didn't jump in. Glad I waited for that one. All right, so SBOT pulling back here. Just kind of patiently waiting for my setup, guys. Waiting to see something I really like. HMNY 7. HRTX continues to break the lows here. Kind of missed my entry. This would have been my entry right here at this previous test. HMNY. Yeah, HMNY is going crazy. Big move on HMNY. It's a really cheap penny stock if you like trading those, but it's a big move. Kroger kind of flagging a little bit here. We'll see how it acts. Maybe looking to short it if it drops under 28.79, 28.80. GEVO. Man, GEVO did get hit hard. Look at this thing. Tanking big here. Same thing with HRTX. Watching CLPS here. CLPS is getting pretty close to these lows. But man, HMNY steady pushing up here. Watching SBOT. Alright, so KR flagging some, pushing up. Nice, Mitch. Congrats, brother. Good job, bro. Yeah, for sure, Randy. CLPS, maybe looking for a bounce up to 15 here. HRTX steady washing. Let's look at my scanner, see if I can pick up anything else. BNED. BNED is pushing up. Unfortunately, this is one of the few stocks I can't trade today. BNED. You see BNED making a spike here. I'm sure they'll add it in a few days, but as of now, can't trade B or BNTE. BNED, sorry. Alright, so CASI wash back under 7. It's kind of going sideways right now. It's just a little bit too far under the VWAP. I'd like it to preferably be a little bit closer to the VWAP so that can act as resistance. CLBS getting rejected at the VWAP. CLPS bouncing some here. I kind of like this area for a short on CLPS. MYSZ. MYSZ starting to push up, guys. Up to 108. MYSZ. Former runner. It's tradable in TradeNet as well. XBIO popping up on my scanner here, up to 409. All right, so there goes CASI. Bouncing under, getting rejected at 720. HRTX still steady dropping. You know, I was looking at CLPS, but the spread on this one, the float must be ridiculously low just because the spread's crazy for CLPS. All right, here goes CASI testing the 680 low again. SBOT starting to bounce back. And I like this entry right here on this bounce, but the spread is just too crazy for me. So I'm watching HRTX here. See if it can bounce back to this VWAP and bounce off of that resistance there. There goes CLPS. See, I like that entry. The spread's just too crazy. It's better at this point. It's much better. But when I was trying to enter, the good entry would have been up here. And the spread was just too bad when I was up there. So missed this move, but would have been too risky ultimately. Watching CASI, see if it continues to hold 7 as resistance. It keeps kind of bouncing back and forth, teetering there. SBOT may be looking to break out here at 311. Bouncing up to 302 now. Watching CASI pretty closely here. Yeah, here's the drop on CLPS. Like I called out, would have been a really nice entry. The spread was just 30 or 40 cents at that point. And so if I got in with any decent size, I would immediately be down a ton. And so for that, it's a little too risky. HMNY having a big pullback here. CLBS testing the lows. So for this one on CLBS, maybe looking for a bounce up to 8 to the VWAP and then get in going short. Depending on how the spread looks. It's at the low of the day now. Let's look for a bounce here. So just crack the lows. All right, so there goes CLBS here, breaking under the lows here. Like I said, looking for maybe a bounce up to 8 and then get in going short with this one. It looks like a downward trend. CRON. SBOT breaking the highs here. Look at CRON. This one's been moving a lot as well, gapping up. Let me see if it gapped up. Bet break even in pre-market, but it had a really nice kind of washout long looking pattern before this big move here. What's up, guys? I'm just now catching back up on the chat. Here's that bounce up to 7. Yeah, we'll see what happens with CASI. It continues to find support here at 679. We'll see. I was going to ask if CLBS was halted, but because it just stopped moving completely. But yeah, CLBS continues to find support at 679. Trying to wait it out just to see how it's acting. I guess that bounce would have been a good entry. CLPS is also bouncing back here. All right, so here's a bounce in CLBS up to 790. The spread's another 9-cent spread though. All right, there's the low of the day break on CASI. Man, the spread on CLBS, it's moving back and forth. The volume's just kind of slow on it. It looks decent, but the volume's low. All right, so here's the bounce in CASI. Maybe thinking about jumping into CASI here. It just tapped the lows. Also thinking about jumping in CLBS here if it gets rejected at this VWAP level. I don't know if my thinkorswim is lagging a little bit or what, but it seems a little weird. There's the drop in CASI. CLBS and HRTX are both bouncing up to test the VWAP. Well, there's the drop on CASI. Good morning, Herman. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Cassie is that I wanted a good entry with this one. Like, I would have preferred to get in at right around 7. And so that was the entry. I did miss that entry. but the entry would have been around 7, and then waiting for it to test this. Maybe looking for a bounce in Cassie here. All right, there goes SBOT breaking the high of the day. It's at 316 now. I don't know why it's not letting me get in CASI here. I tried to get in at 679 and it didn't fill me. It's not that it didn't fill me. It said order rejected, too close to price. I think I have to get on the ask if I'm shorting it maybe. Looking for another bounce here. See if I can get a little bit better entry with it. Frustrating. Try to get in right here at 677. It's down 10 cents already. Would have been a nice trade. I think I tried to get in on the bid and it just didn't work. But man, there's the drop I was looking for. Not going to chase it. Here's a small bounce. CLBS. Yeah, it's starting to look too much like a reversal though. And it's already broken over the VWAP. All right, so here's CASI pushing up, testing that previous resistance. Starting to kind of make a breakout here. All right, so I'm trying to see what CASI is going to do here. Appreciate the sub, Crypto. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about on CLBS. All right, so I went ahead and got in CASI here with 75 shares. Looking for it to come back down and break these lows, obviously, with a target of about 650. Stop set at 7 is where I'm ultimately going to set my stop at 7 or 6, maybe right here at 690. Looking for it to ultimately come back down and test these lows for CASI. HRTX looked like a nice VWAP test. That's kind of my go-to. Missed it. Alright, I might get out of CASI here. It's so laggy right now. Like, it's not... Like, I'll see the stock, the level 2 go up to 680, and it's still not working. I don't know if it's my thinkorswim or what it is. But I'm trying to have the patience. But, man, I don't know if it's my thinkorswim or what. I just have to watch the level 2 because the chart's not really loading on my screen. And I just don't want to be caught in a big move that I can't see until I look at my P&L. Yeah, like look at this gap right here. Is anybody else having something weird going on with their thinkorswim? Maybe it's just how CASI is acting. I don't know. Just seems kind of off. Kroger washing out big here. Alright, so I'm break even in CASI. See if it'll come back down, test the low of the day here. Starting to tank. Down to 68. Nice. Okay, at least it's not just me, Fahim. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, at least it's not just me. I don't know what's going on with it. Alright, so let's see this low of the day test. If it bounces, I can get out for a small loss, maybe. I wanted to crack under these lows. There's the low break. It tested it for a second. Yeah, I'm having to watch the time and sales here just because it's being a little too weird. All right, I got out for a $9 profit on this one. It's just my thinkorswim's lagging, like I said. And so I just wanted to get out for a profit. I also think it may bounce at 650, but it may be time for me to use even larger sizing. Today hasn't been a bad day, but I'm going to move on to see what else I can find here. I'm just glad I got out of that one for a profitable trade before it bounced like it's doing now. And it may be time for me to use a little bit bigger sizing, but I'll take it. NEPT. Look at this VWAP test, Mitch. If you look at HRTX, look at this beautiful VWAP test. This is kind of, one of the setups that Mitch and I like. You can see it dropped back down, tested the VWAP, and then bounced off of it. But CLBS kind of did the same thing, but I don't know if it was my charting that lagged or what it was, but you can see it's lagging a decent amount here. This shouldn't be gapping. I know it wasn't halted on CLBS, so it just gapped up here because the chart lagged. And look, here's the jump on CASI. So I got out at a good time. XBIO still getting halted. Man. Yeah, I called this one out when it was right here at $4. But at that point, the volume was still pretty low. And so it looks like the volume picked up here. Crazy big move. But yeah, I've definitely been having a much better time trading. Um, the one thing I tweaked a little bit, like the last few weeks have been kind of tough aside from this past week, but the one thing I tweaked is instead of getting in at these low of the day breaks, I get in on the bounces. So I get in on the bounces, like if it breaks the low of the day, like for instance, I got in here on this bounce at like 677, wrote it down to 650s. And so, that's the biggest thing I've changed, and it's definitely helped my trading. Like I said, I'm still a new trader for the most part. I'm just trying to learn. And like I said, one of the biggest things that has helped me improve this last week is instead of getting in at the low of the day break, I get in on a bounce just because it's a much better risk reward setup. Where if you get in at the low of the day break, a lot of times the risk reward ratio isn't that good. Whereas if you get in on a bounce, your risk is very small because usually the resistance is right above it. And so if it can break that resistance, you can get out for a small loss. But if it keeps dropping and breaks the low of the day, you can get out for a much bigger gain. Yeah, Robinhood's messing up today. All right, so SBOT never really got anywhere after this high of the day break. It went up to 325, eventually came back down to 310. Yeah, good luck, brother. Good luck in your race, man. I hope you kill it, bro. I hope you do well, I should probably say. All right, so here's CASI. Yeah, maybe should have held. Thinkorswim's been lagging a little bit. People are saying Robinhood is lagging too, and so maybe it has something to do with the market. But you can never get most of the move. I got out for a small profit. I'll take that. I'm actually looking at SBOT for a possible short here. It's up a ton from yesterday at 165. And so actually looking at SBOT for maybe a potential short here. CLPS is doing a VWAP test here. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. It looks good. All right, so yeah, at least it's not just me, Sean. So it's not just me that's having problems. I don't know what's going on. It's just being weird. Like the one I could really tell is if you look at CLBS, look at this gap right here. This thing wasn't halted, I don't think. And it gapped from 813 to 817 immediately. And so that's how you can kind of tell it's been lagging. A lot of the times when it lags, it will have kind of that gap. Man, what did I just say? CLPS looked like a good short. Look at this VWAP test. I don't know if I said it would look like a good short, but when I mean a VWAP test, a pattern I've been trying to work on is when a stock is under the VWAP starts to wash out, pulls up to test the VWAP. A lot of the time it comes right back down. And so missed this opportunity, but can't can't jump in everything. I'm just happy it's a green day, even though it's a small green day. Just got to work on my consistency. Somebody's saying look at ASTC. Man, ASTC's tanking hard, which this is kind of a very common story with a lot of these big parabolic moves. Like, for instance, if you look at ASTC, went up to 815 the other day, it's back down to, it's lost 50% of that move already. GEVO, same thing, went up to 2474, lost more than 50%. Huge drop from 2474 down to 845. NAKD dropped down from 1136. What's another one? What's another one of the big movers? NEPT. NEPT actually kept going, but a large majority of the time they end up washing. Yeah, Randy, it's legit, man. Like the key to trading is finding a successful niche in the market. You got to find out what works, and it has to work most of the time in order for it to be profitable, at least for a new trader. And so one of the ones I'm finding that works the large majority of the time are getting in after the stock breaks the low and then pushes back up and holds that previous support as resistance, like I did here with CASI. And the VWAP test. And I got to really give kind of Mitch the credit to this one. This is one that Mitch talks about a lot. But yeah, you can see this one washed out under, pulled up to test the VWAP, and then immediately dropped down to 14. You can also look at HRTX, did the same thing. HRTX washes out. Let me put a 1 minute chart so this one's easier to see. HRTX goes down, pushes up, tests the VWAP, comes right back down. And so that's one of those reliable setups that I've been seeing. With one thing I've noticed is that it usually has to open up, well, like right around the VWAP. If it's too far in a different direction, like what was it, CLPS maybe? Or no, CLBS. Like sometimes it doesn't work, obviously like this, but if it pushes up and breaks these highs, it also has to have good volume. And one of the differences between this stock, CLBS, and all these other ones is that CLBS has the least amount of volume out of all of these. Like if you look at CLPS, much better volume. Look at HRTX, much better volume, especially for a $37 stock right now. It has bigger volume than the $14 stock. TPIV. Short DEST, Mitch. Volume's just low on that one, brother. Be careful, man. IQ. TPIV. Man, look at IQ tank here, guys. IQ is absolutely washing. It's pulling away from the VWAP. The volume's just increasing. 750,000 shares for a $40 stock is massive, and this one is just getting hit really hard. So either all these longs are getting squeezed, or somebody's taking a massive position. But man, look at IQ. What's the other one? TPIV, SOGO. Yes, so TPIV is as well. SOGO is as well. What's going on with these? Is the market crashing here? Yes, so these stocks are following the overall market. Look at the market crash here. Not crash, I shouldn't say crash, but market is falling down pretty strong here. Crash is the wrong word though. A big drop in the SPY. And so these are all following it. Most stocks follow the market. So if you look at the SPY, IQ, especially higher float stocks, TPIV, I'm sure there's a lot of other ones that are following the market. Oh, that's rough, NYC. Yeah, SBOT. I usually try to just stick with what I know in trading, like stick with what strategy works best. And I just went over those two strategies. And so SBOT, it's just now kind of looking like a short, but up until now, it's looked like a long play. It's kind of been holding above the VWAP and pushing up, breaking highs and stuff like that. And so up until this point, it's actually been it looked like a long setup. It's actually starting to turn around, maybe a good short here. SBOT, the float has to be fairly large on this one, I'm guessing. Let me see. See if I can look this up. Actually, the float's not that bad. The free float is 4.13 million, according to Webull. Um, Maybe it's just got a lot of action today. I don't know, but a lot of bids and a lot of buyers and sellers right now. Nice, John. Congrats, brother. Manual. Every trader is different, man. Some traders, it's all about finding reliable setups, and something I preach about is good risk reward setups. Yeah, you're holding it from a pretty good entry though, aren't you, outsiders? And you already took half off, I think, if I remember seeing that. You're holding it from 7, so it should be still a nice trade for you, right? I hope it is, bro. But yeah, everything's starting to tank. And yeah, manual. I'll trade anything. It doesn't matter if it's a $50 or $60 stock or if it's a 50-cent stock. I'll trade any of them. It's all about just kind of working with your patterns. I appreciate the sub, Ahmed. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're not investing in anything. I'm just trading. I hold a stock for 5 minutes and then I get out. Maybe a little bit longer, but I'm not investing in anything. I don't. I rarely hold these stocks overnight. All right, so FORD is starting to tank as well. If you can trade Ford FORD, starting to crack under the lows here. So it looks pretty decent. CLPS teetering right around these lows here as well at 14. I gotta have more faith in that VWAP test though. Look at this beautiful test here. Same thing with the HRTX. Gotta have a little bit more faith in that VWAP test. And this is the beauty of it, because if you get in on this VWAP test, if it comes down, you'll still be up when it gets down to around the low. And if it does break the low, you'll be up much more than that. And so, much better risk reward, at least for that type of position. Appreciate it, Manuel. Appreciate it. Good luck to you as well, brother. NAKD tanking. Yeah, NAKD cracking under the lows here. How's your trade on DEST? Where was your entry on this one, Mitch? ABIL. Whoa. Look at this move here. ABIL. Big crazy move. I remember when this stock was at 75 cents. I remember I made like 50 or 60 bucks on this one. They must have done a float, a split. Maybe it wasn't ABIL. I think it was though. I don't know. But man, huge move. It's definitely halted at this point. Up to 309. Big volume spike. NEPT below support. Same thing with NAKD. Yeah, NEPT breaking under that support level. We'll see if it holds that area as resistance now. Market's kind of slowing down a little bit. Volume's getting a little low. So yeah, Mitch, are you trading today, brother? Are you streaming today, man? Let me know if you're streaming today. I gotta get a new chair. This one's too squeaky. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now, guys. Volume's a little low. Another small green day today. I'll definitely take it. This week's actually been pretty good. I've had 2 profitable days and 1 basically break-even day. So, doing pretty well after working on these new setups. If you haven't already, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I day trade live on stream every weekday morning starting at 8:45 a.m. market time. And I stream until about 10:15, 10:30. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to watch me day trade live, as well as call out the big movers in the market and chat with everybody here. And so yeah, also if you want to do me a favor and help support this channel and stream, click the like button right now in this video. It does help support us, so we appreciate any support we can get. Also, Mitch will be streaming today. See you, Mitch. Have a good one, brother. Mitch will be streaming today, so I'll go ahead and post that link soon here. Just give me 1 second. And so yeah, Mitch is streaming today. Go check out Mitch's channel. He should be streaming live as well. There's the link to Mitch's channel if you want to go see it. All right, Manuel. Appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome, man. And appreciate the sub, Pratt. I'm just going to call you Pratt. But yeah, see, everybody go check out Mitch's stream. He should be live streaming his. But yeah, good luck for the rest of the day. I've only been in 1 position today. Not a bad trade. Up $9 on the day, so I'll take it. That's my second green day of this week. I've only been trading 3 days this week. I didn't get into anything on Monday. And so this week so far, I've had 2 profitable days, 1 break-even day, and then 1 day where I didn't trade. And so not a bad week, though, so far. Go check out Mitch's channel. Have a good one. Good luck in the market, guys. And I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time. Thanks for watching.